first they say it can't be tamed. I start to feel it every time I hear your name. You walk into a room, I'm bound to overheat. 'Cause baby, being in your presence brings me to my knees. You got that. Oh, you got that. Yeah, yeah. And ooh, when I see you, oh, babe, I need you. You got it, I want it back. I've got an ache, I know it won't subside, and so I might as well sit back, enjoy the ride. 'Cause you've upended all my sensibilities. And baby, when you whisper to me, I can barely breathe. You got that. Oh, you got that. Yeah, yeah. And ooh, when I see you, oh, babe, I need you. You got it, I want it back. I try to hide it, but you're making me weak. Just say the word and honey, I'll be yours to keep. Helpless at your mercy, do whatever you please. Let's not pretend that you don't know exactly what I mean. You got that. Oh, you got that. Oh, yeah, yeah. And ooh, when I see you, oh, babe, I need you. You got it, I want it back. Oh, yeah. You've got it, I want it back. You've got it, I want it.
Boys have pussies and girls have dicks. No, chasers are mad 'cause they wouldn't lick. I know it's for the fetish, it makes me sick. But tonight I'm gonna use him back. Boys have pussies and girls have dicks. No, chasers are mad 'cause they wanna lick. I know it's for the fetish, it makes me sick. But tonight I'm gonna use him back. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I'm a high roller, mind controller, baby. I am moving closer, tied him by the legs. Got his head, now he's easy over, easy lover. Drinking's over, I don't think this man is sober. Lying on the floor, fast asleep, but I'm undercover. Excuse me, just taking your jewelry. So I don't cry no tears for this cis man that abused me. beauty. So use me, but you will not reduce me. I have taken all your shit to the land of beauty. Boys have pussies and girls have dicks. Nah, chasers are mad cause they wanna lick. I know it's for the fetish, it makes me sick. But tonight I'm gonna use him back. Boys have pussies and girls have dicks. Nah, chasers are mad cause they wanna lick. I know it's for the fetish, it makes me sick. But tonight I'm gonna use him back. No. No. Like a jump starter, jacked this rover, drove it like a mini golfer. I don't give a shit about the damage, just bill him over. Run for cover, spilling over. Gasolina is the odor, light it all on fire. Master blaster, let your Stevie Wonder. You fooled me, was foolery, wrapped around your pinky. Take my innocence and then you tell me I am guilty. Pretty filthy, you mentally confuse me. You try to bring me down, but let me say it for you clearly. Boys have pussies and girls have dicks. Nah, chasers are mad cause they wanna lick. I know it's for the fetish, it makes me sick. But tonight I'm gonna use him back. Boys have pussies and girls have dicks. Nah, chasers are mad cause they wanna lick. I know it's for the fetish, it makes me sick. But tonight I'm gonna use him back. Tonight I'm gonna use him back. Use him back. I'm gonna use him back.
Heart's beating, temperature of rise. I see you looking in my eyes, telling me you're ready to fly. Yeah, daydreaming of you, I'm feeling. So what you gonna do? I know you're into me. I see it. Let's run every time we get up, cause nobody can do you better. Let's go up and up, and up, and up. Come on, let's go, babe. I'm on another level at full speed. You're touching the pedal with my pole speed. So sweet, your melody swings to me. Oh, smile, laugh, touch, yearn, pray for you. Make me feel so good. Let's run every time we get up, cause nobody can do you better. Let's go up and up, and up, and up. Come on, let's go, babe. Come away with me to this place called ecstasy. I know that you feel so good. Higher and higher we'll take.
I'm out of my mind, I'm up in the sky. I open my eyes and I see you. I'm on a ride, this is the vibe. I think I'm on a high. But if love is blind, why can I visualize outside of the line? Either you on or I'm gone. Either way, I feel like I'm out of my mind. Heart is racing while I'm concentrating on the finish line before I run out of time. I don't even feel my arms no more. I'ma pay for this shit tomorrow when I feel sore. You want me to tell you how it feels? Sure, good, but I wanna feel more. Should we continue indulging? Yes, cause it's good. Oh.
Let's run every time we get up.
Hurry up!
Cause nobody can do you better. Let's go up and up, and up, and up, and up. keep going on up. We keep going on up. We keep going on up. We keep going on up. Yeah, yeah. We keep going. We keep going. Yeah. Woo! I'm done. We keep going. 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 We keep going on up. We keep going on up.
Bring the bass in, the bass in, the bass in, the bass in. The home, the home, the home. Give me the guitar, the guitar. 808, 808, 808, 808. Now sing.
Get out of your head, get into the beat. Get out of your bed, get onto your feet. Clap your hands or put them out. It doesn't matter either way. There's just one thing you need to do today. Come on, sing me a song so I can sing along. When the music starts, sing me a song so I can sing along. When the music starts, I'm gonna sing it with my heart. Whenever the music starts, I'm gonna sing it with my heart.
Welcome to the screen, your host for the evening, Jeremy Adam.
Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Song of the Month Club. This month we have an incredible lineup of singer-songwriter performers, singers, drag performers, like all types. We are all over the place in episode 2. It's insane. I'm so excited to have the people that we have for this show, for this challenge. This month's challenge, for those of you who didn't look at the poster or have no idea what you're watching right now, is write a song about what you didn't do yesterday. Now, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time and didn't watch episode 1, you have no idea what this show is even about. Here's a little bit. Song of the Month Club is a show where we challenge local singer-songwriters and singer-songwriters from beyond to write a song within a month. They have the full month with the prompt to literally come up with whatever they want based on what they've been given. So this month, our challenge was write a song about what you didn't do yesterday. As you can tell, that's pretty open-ended. So we have no idea what to expect from these incredible singers. But without further ado, I think it's time to bring them on. So first, we are going to bring on the incredible Christine Irizarry. Make some noise down in the comments, everybody, for Christine. Hey Christine. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing really well. A little bit nervous. I don't usually play the piano in front of people. So.
Oh, that sounds like we are getting a special treat. So I'm very excited to hear it.
Yeah, we'll see.
So how has quarantine been treating you?
I'm really thankful because we were able to kind of be in a little bit of a quarantine bubble with Seth, who was on last month's show, his wife and his roommate, and one other family nearby. So we weren't completely isolated, which was really nice. And now I was able to get vaccinated, which is huge. So the world feels like it's opening up a little bit. I'm really grateful.
I totally feel that way too. And I feel like as musicians, we've just been like stuck in our little bubble, and that's nice for so long because you can like, you know, regroup and figure out who you are again, but it's only, you know, it's only fun for so long, and eventually we need to go back to being social people that we're meant to be, because music is just, you know, it's, we make it so that we can bring people together. So speaking of bringing people together, I'm going to bring on our second guest. We have the one and only Dragon of the East. It is Yari. Everyone make some noise for the wonderful, incredible Yari. Hello, my darling. Turn that microphone on. Hello.
Thank you.
How are you? I miss you.
I miss you so much, and yeah, I am so happy that you invited us to the show. This is such an incredible concept, and I'm so excited. That's all.
Me too. Me too. Why don't you tell our audience out there how have you been doing in the music scene? I know you just dropped this single. I feel like it's like the big coming out party of Yari right now. So can you give us like a little bit of what went into that?
Yes. So I walk up in a club and I started causing all this drama. And yeah, and it was like a room full of snakes, and I was the snake charmer. No, but basically I was dreaming. I was dreaming one night, and it was so beautiful. It was so trance. It was so everything. It was just very queer. And I woke up feeling refreshed and started writing that song called Using Back, because I felt like that even though if you identify as straight, good for you, baby. I'm happy for you. And I think that this is relatable in many layered concept, because using back is about taking back your empowerment and making sure that, like, you know, in a mutually agreed destruction, you're still getting the better end of a deal. And I hope that it resonates with mainly, you know, folks who like it needs to resonate to, because more often than not, our trans bodies are kind of like pushed aside and said that, like, you know, put some restriction in it or say that it's invalid. And at the end of the day, you all use us though, and you know, behind closed doors, and like that has been like a really slow dialogue in society. And I just really love when music and especially like the intersectionality of my identities mesh together like that. And that dream was kind of just like, you know what, it would be really fun if we just kind of like have a very blunt conversation about it. And it just turned into that kind of an anthem for us queer folks. So
Absolutely. It 100% is an anthem. And I got to say, I'm so proud that you're using your voice for something that you care about, and to really change the thought process, you know, that's going on right now in the world, and to not only get people talking, but get people up on their feet as well while they're doing it, you know, and like to do it in a way that's like this, you know, not, I feel like, you know, in dance music and in electronic music, we don't necessarily get to talk about the real stuff. We don't get to talk about the meat of what we're thinking and what we're feeling and what's going on. It's like a lot of love songs and a lot of heartbreak and all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, no, now we have an artist who came along and gave us something that's real on the inside. And speaking of which, we're going to bring on our third incredible guest. I'm so excited. We have real fame royalty with us tonight. The incredible JAKEYA Limitless. Hello.
Hi. Hi, my God. Hi, babies.
Welcome. It's so good to see you. How are you?
Girl, I'm good. I'm excited to be a part of this. This is awesome.
And I'm so excited to have you. Can you tell me about what you've been doing while you've been locked up for a year or a year plus?
You know, surprisingly so, I wasn't really locked up. So I've actually been still working throughout the pandemic. Of course, the first 3 months, it was a lot of virtual, you know, going live and really trying to like make up for the gigs that I had during the week. And I would just go live 2 days a week. But not a fun thing, but I've been doing a lot of funerals for money. And yeah, you know, people don't stop dying. So that's a business that will never never go out of business.
Never
So I've been
die,
doing
for lack of a better term.
never. So I've been getting paid doing that, as well as still teaching and mentoring my local students. And a lot of people took the time to reflect on things that they really wanted to put their energy into since they just been sitting in the house. So I actually developed a new roster of students, which has been great. So that's been keeping me, a little bit above water and a little bit, motivated to think that it's not the end of the world. I did have my tough moments where I was just like, what am I doing this for? Like, nothing's happening. Nobody's touring. Even the big celebrities were all inside through our
Yep.
TV and movie and our phone screens. But shortly, after all of this, I still was called to do virtual parties. I was called to do some like small, intimate parties as well, like for two people. So it hasn't been horrible. It hasn't been horrible.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like the resilience that a lot of musicians, a lot of artists have shown during this time is a testament to what this industry is like, and how we are constantly knocked down. We're constantly told no. We're constantly told we have to figure out other ways to make work for ourselves. And this is nothing new to us, to have to be told like, hey, all your gigs are going to get ripped out from underneath you. So you got to figure out a way to make money. You got to figure out a way to pay the bills. And if you want to continue to do it, doing what you love, then you have to really think outside the box. A lot of us went on Facebook, a lot of us went on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, and we started creating these shows. And there's only so much attention span that people have. I've been thinking about how like a TV show we have a season and we have 22 episodes, or we have 16 episodes, or now on Netflix we have 6 episodes. It's just like it keeps shortening and shortening because people's attention spans are only so long. So it is what it is, and hopefully we can keep them and grab them and pull them in somehow with continuing to create new stuff. So I'm so excited that you've all come on to this show, because the point of this show is that we can create new music, we can create original stuff. So Christine, I'm gonna ask you to just give us a little bit about your process going into this show and like what you've been thinking over the past month when it comes to responding to this prompt.
Definitely. This is actually a really fun prompt for me. The first night that you sent it, I wrote one song, literally the first night. And then I decided that one was a little bit more introspective than I wanted to go for this particular song. Sometimes you write something and it's more just for you, like to get something out, than it is to share. So I started thinking about the concepts that I actually ended up working with, which am I sharing that now?
You know what? How about we let you share the song?
Okay, perfect.
How do you feel about that? So we're going to let you share the song. So we are going to be right back in like 10 seconds. And when we come back, Christine is going to play her song for you all.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hi, everybody. My name is JAKEYA Limitless, and you are watching the Song of the Month Club. Now, because this month is April, it is my birthday month, so I think the Song of the Month should be me.
All right. So before I play this, I'm going to preface it with that I took this pretty literally. I wrote a song about the struggle to write a song. So, all right, here we go. Also, gonna get my jitters out a little bit. Okay, here we go. Oh, I also have a love of musical theater, which will lend itself very well to this particular song. I've been meditating every morning, trying to find the most important aspects to the model in my mind. I've been finding chords and writing notes and scribbling out most of those, perplexed as I just cannot seem to find the words I'm looking for. On a score, I was supposed to write a song, it isn't rocket science. A little tune to hum along, but I can't seem to find it. I'm getting quite impatient, searching for some inspiration. What if I've got nothing left to say? I've written love songs flowing over pages, sad songs sung in fits of rage, and all of them reveal a piece of me. But suddenly I come up empty, hapless as my muse will let me hear a melody I can't believe. To look beyond cliche. I was supposed to write a song, it isn't rocket science. A little tune to hum along, but I can't seem to find it. I'm getting quite impatient, searching for some inspiration. What if I've got nothing left to say? If I can just figure out another lyric that would matter, what's this song about? All my thoughts are scattered, maybe I'm just hungry, or I need a little sleep. Maybe in this pocket notes there's something I should keep, or maybe I'll just go to bed, along with the doubts in my head. 'Cause I was supposed to write a song, it isn't rocket science. A little tune to hum along, but I can't seem to find it. I'm getting quite impatient, searching for some inspiration. What if I've got nothing left to say? What if I've got nothing left? Thanks, guys.
Yes, Christine. That was absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. The piano was amazing. You killed it.
Thank you.
You can take a breather. Yeah. Go ahead, fan yourself off, whatever you need to do. Like that was it was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I feel the musical theater vibes, like everything that you said in prefacing that song. I was like, yes, you didn't need to say anything more. But I love how like your music always tends to have that like conversational element to it, where it's like I feel like I'm like sitting down to talk with you when you're singing to me, like when I'm listening to your songs. It's like that's just kind of what I expect when I'm ready for like a Christineirizarry song. I'm like, okay, and now it's time for me to like get my cup of coffee and like my little scone, you know, if I ate scones, and just listen to some of your music, because that's just I don't know, that's my vibe.
I love that. That's awesome. I do. I feel like that's part of my process. I want my music to be relatable to the people that are listening to it and to feel genuine.
Well, you absolutely hit the nail on the head. I mean, the response to the prompt was out of this world. I mean, like, so like obviously so in the pocket as far as like, you know, what your clear thought process was through this song. Like I felt like there was this sense of story the entire time. And I'd love to know a little bit about how you started it and how you kind of found this and where it came from and why you trashed the other song and everything like that.
Okay, so I got the first line of the chorus first, that I was supposed to write a song, it isn't rocket science. I thought about it because often when you're kind of under the gun, especially for me, and I know I've got something I've got to do, there's like 40 other song concepts that pop into my head and that I want to work on. And then aside from that, you know, everybody's got stuff going on in their lives. They've got the kids, they've got the job, you know, all of that jazz. So there are many times where I will arrive at the point where I'm supposed to have something. I'm supposed to have something ready, whether it's a song, whether it's figuring stuff out for the wedding band that I'm in, stuff for the kids. And it's like, oh, shoot, I was supposed to, ... And yeah, and then I guess there's a little bit of it that's just a writer's block song. I feel like it always comes at the most inconvenient times. But I think it's a little bit ironic to write a song about writer's block. That's that.
I think it's totally appropriate as well. I think it just like it encompasses that feeling that you get when you're like, I have a lot to say and I know that I want to say it, but like, and I was supposed to say it, but it just didn't come out in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, like the musical theater aspect, I don't want to say I've lost a little bit in my writing. I write musical theater style songs a lot, but I don't end up using them as often because I don't feel like they're as listener friendly necessarily. It's very niche. And I love them and I want to put them out there. But this one really, I felt like it set a scene in a way that a lot of my other writing hasn't recently. Like you hear this character, you feel that I'm thinking, I can't, crumpled pages, the scribbling out, and that fear that comes with being an artist where you're like, okay, maybe there's nothing left there. What if I've said all the things that I have to say and now I'm done? That I think is kind of intrinsic to making art and creating things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of artists struggle with that like existential question of like, what is the purpose of doing this? Like, am I doing it for myself? Am I doing it for other people? And, are the things that I'm writing really original? Like all of those kinds of questions go into your songwriting. And I'd love to get some thoughts from some of our other guests on their reactions to this song. And JAKEYA, what were you thinking?
I was thinking it was very, very relatable. Very realistic. It's so cool, I love how playful the song is. Very, very playful and light. It makes you think about like, that girl ain't do that. She ain't do nothing yesterday, girl. She just kicked her feet up.
But it's also like she's kind of trying to play it off like it's like I should have done all that stuff, but it's totally okay that I didn't do any of that stuff. Like we just won't think about it,
Exactly, yeah. I totally loved it. Yeah. The arrangement. It felt fun watching you do it. Watching you perform it, it felt like you were having fun.
Absolutely agree. Yeah. Awesome. Yari, do you have any thoughts to add?
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything JAKEYA just said, and yeah, your voice is so beautiful, and the song is so delightful. It tells such a relatable narrative to every songwriter out there. Like it just really resonates with our musician heart, and I truly enjoyed it. I thought I was like hearing a Broadway musical piece. I was
Right.
yeah, right. Oh my god.
Yeah. For real.
I will say there is like a whole subsection of Broadway where there are composers that will just write like Broadway songs that have never been in like musical theater style songs that have never actually been in Broadway. And there's a huge YouTube following for a lot of those types of songs where like, I can't even think of some like Kerrigan and Loudermilk is one of them where like the two of them will write a lot of musical theater style pieces together, but they don't really compose shows. They compose like song cycles, or they compose like, so they've done shows before, but a lot of their music will be like demo CDs where they get like a bunch of, musical theater types, or they get Broadway folks or someone to come and sing their songs, but they don't necessarily like fit into a show yet, but they still want to give them to the universe and they still want to give them to different artists to be able to use. Like that's kind of a dream of mine, is like to write a song and be able to give it over to someone. I feel like that's musical theater to a T, is like, I wrote this song, I want it to be relatable, and now I want to see what it's like when somebody else sings it,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Christine, what's it been like? I know that you are a wedding performer, and I know that you're used to like constantly being out and constantly doing so much. And like, how's that been? Have you been like back in the scene at all?
We had one wedding in February, and then our first like get back into it for real month is this coming month, May. So we're kind of kicking it back off. We've got 6 weddings in May, and then the rest of the year is a bit insane because we have reschedules from last year. It's nuts, but everybody is really ready to party and celebrate. So it's really fun being at these particular weddings. People kind of lose their minds to be able to be out dancing with the people that they love, and the energy is contagious. It's great.
That's awesome. Does that help you? Do you find that like helps to inspire some of your songwriting, or is it sometimes tough for you to like pull that creative energy out because you're using so much of it when you're performing?
Oh, definitely. No, it's worked a lot positively for my original music. Just in terms of confidence, I have to be, there's 3 front people for the wedding band, so I have to be on for that in a way that I wasn't really comfortable doing prior. And then because that is all covers and we're kind of doing the same songs every weekend, I have that leftover kind of potential original energy that's there to use for my own stuff.
Awesome. That's great. That's really awesome. So I'm going to ask for our next performer if they will, speaking of partying and speaking of getting out there and having a good time, we have the incredible Yari, the Dragon of the East, who is going to perform their piece for us. So without further ado, I'm going to give it over to you. Give it up for Yari, everyone.
Hey, y'all. So this song is called Love Myself, and I hope that you like this demo version of it, because if you didn't, well, we're not going to talk about that. Well, here it is. Yesterday was filled with vices, and drama changed you down in silence where you'll stay night and day. But I woke up and I chosen violence against the saboteur inside me, 'cause I didn't love myself yesterday, but I love myself today. Everybody wanna know, they asking me how I am. I say, baby, I really don't know. I get so dysfunctional, and my mind is on fire. If I'm sad, I can't cry it. If I'm glad, I don't wanna only light up to get higher. Yeah, so many times that I've heard, but I'm ignored. Can't take this shit anymore. Each time I open the door, pressure gets more. Swear to God, been here before. 5, 6, 7, hold my breath till I'm in heaven. Need to drown out my depression. Yesterday's a needed lesson. 'Cause yesterday was filled with vices, and trauma changed you down in silence where you stay night and day. But I woke up and I chosen violence against the saboteur inside me, 'cause I didn't love myself yesterday, but I love myself today. He come in and he go, such a formidable foe, always hiding under my shadow. Sometimes it's out of control, and it's not like I'm trying. Deep inside, I'm still fighting while my friends see me vibing. But last night was close to dying. Now my mind can never be cured, gotta endure, watching my own saboteur. This time I'm gonna make sure, no more detours. Self-destruct, insecure, such a whirlwind. I just got to keep on going. I'm the hero and the villain, and today I know who's winning. 'Cause yesterday was filled with vices, and trauma changed you down in silence where you stay night and day. But I woke up and I chosen violence against the saboteur inside me, cause I didn't love myself yesterday, but I love myself today. Oh, I love myself today. Okay. Hello. Who's here?
Yes, my brain exploded.
Thank you. But can I explain real quick to the confused crowd in the audience why I was lip syncing?
I wasn't even going to tell anyone because the lip sync was so good that I wanted people to just kind of I just wanted to see if people figured it out or if not, because you killed it. When you first came in with it too, I was like, wait, is it a lip sync?
Oh my gosh. I'm telling the crowd, I wish I could sing this like in real life for y'all. It's supposed to be so I heard you asking processes earlier. It's supposed to be 2 octaves higher. It's supposed to have the chest voice used for the chorus, so it's not just like a normal voice. It's just supposed to just go hard there. And like again, the process for a lot of songwriters like it varies, and I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions is that just we just write songs and run with it. But really, there was like 3 different iterations of the chorus, like 2 different verses, and it's still ever evolving. But I'm really, really grateful to just have that opportunity to showcase. And your theme is so dynamic. When you literally messaged us and was like, "Hey guys, the theme is what you didn't do yesterday." It really got me thinking, like, what didn't I do yesterday? But honestly, I want to like write music that is both relatable for people, of all ages, hopefully, but at the same time have a little bit truth into it. And to me, it's like I recognize people of from all walks of life are capable of developing complex trauma in their life. And I know very dark, but I wanted something that's kind of just like a cowboy-y. I don't give an F, like just singing a song about what they're feeling. And I feel like that this song is more playful in terms of the melody, but the content itself is like, oh, by the way, I woke up and have chosen violence. But for who? And it's for like your inner saboteur. And I feel like that a lot of our inner saboteurs are deeply rooted into our like, traumas and dysfunctionality and things that we constantly strive to improve on. Because as we know, humans are naturally like they're naturally capable of insanity. And I mean that in the definition that we keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. And sometimes we have those kind of hurdles in our life. And that's what inspired me to write What I Didn't Do Yesterday. Unfortunately, my throat has been on demand all weekend due to my drag queen gigs. Keep your minds out of the gutter. And that basically shot my voice. So when I was doing this process, it was also such a challenge because there's some places I just want to go, but I can't because of the gigs and my sister Mary J. And yeah, it's thank you.
Our mutual sister.
Oh my
gosh. Are you okay over there? What just happened?
Hello, everybody. My name is Yari, and I am the most unhinged drag queen in Philadelphia.
Is that a ghost? I'm so confused.
No, I have a big cat named Charlie.
Come on, let's see Charlie. Bring him on.
Charlie.
Oh my gosh, I was so confused what happened there. So I guess Charlie's just like jumping at the back of the backdrop over there.
It's Charlie.
Oh, very sweet. Hi, Charlie. So sweet. Anyway, that derailed me for a second. But to get back to what you were saying, I do completely agree. I know, like sometimes in my process, it's difficult to execute what I'm trying to, like what's going on in my head, just using the guitar or just using the voice or just using the piano, you know, like when you only have the medium of like, you like when you're performing live, when you're performing acoustic, you have the medium of like, it's me and it's this thing and I'm creating the experience of the song, and what's going on in my head is one thing and what's going on in the heads of everybody that's listening to it could be completely different. So like, yeah. So I think something that's like really nice about the process of like, how did you pick that track? Did you like find that track online, or what happened with that?
I originally started strumming it on my guitar, but I found a track similar online because, like you said, us musicians, we have like kind of, you know, similar things out there. And I felt like this was the closest to my original chords. But my original chords are a little different. It has a little bit more room to it. But this one I felt was like, it was right. So I wanted to use that as the foundation in which that I'm making the song of. Obviously, the end process is not there yet. So in the future, it might be a totally different track, but with the same flow and the same message and maybe slightly different lyrics. It's definitely kind of like a child that you're trying to nurture and carry until you eventually give birth.
Yes. I absolutely love that. I mean, like that's such a great way to put it, because that is what songwriting is like. It's like you create this thing and then it kind of has a life of its own, or like in your head, it's like things kind of seem to fall into place when you're writing lyrics, and it's like, oh, well, this goes there. Oh, well, that's so obvious. Oh my God, I came up with this lyric, and then like that rhyme just happened to fall into place, and all those things kind of happen organically. And then there's like parts of the song where the complete opposite happens, and you're like, I have no idea what line to write in this place. Like, and then what I'll do is I'll write like little placeholders, and I'll be like, oh, you know, now I'm going to put in these lyrics that like are definitely not going to be the end lyrics. But then once you sing it over and over to yourself, you figure out something right, you know, and it all kind of clicks into place.
Yeah. Like oh my gosh, I didn't even gonna go there because that's so true what you said. And there's a phrase that I really want to use in the song, but it's controversial, so I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, but there's another time that I could relate, because I really want the words avocado in a song, and I really tried to make it work, but it just would not work. So,
but now you have that like in your back pocket, waiting for another song in the future. So we're gonna hear like Yari's next #1 is just gonna be called Avocado.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an ode to Chipotle.
It's an ode to Chipotle. Oh well. It definitely is relatable to that. It's around somewhere that ballpark.
Oh my gosh, JAKEYA, we lost you for a minute, but did you get to see Yari's song?
I got to see maybe the first 2 minutes of the song. First of all, my phone tried to blow up on me. It got overheated, and it just shut the hell down. So yeah, I stuck it in the freezer really fast and was like, "Let's go."
All right. Well, if it dies again, I'll just expect to see you like standing in front of your refrigerator and just continue the broadcast from there.
I mean, even right now, it sounds like monsters are coming out of my phone. I don't know. If I disappear, something's going on, and Verizon is they're doing stuff. But anyways, Yari, first of all, you've always been this awesome writer. And it gave me like Billie Eilish-ish. You know, it was so like belonged in a movie. That's what I got from the song. It was so good. I actually was like, well, because of the dark stuff that was going on in the song, I'm like, nah, this didn't happen yesterday. But it was still like, is this real? It was prolific, yet suspenseful and musical. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and when the first chorus hit, the "Didn't love myself yesterday, but I love myself today," it was like my brain was ready for that lyric to come, but it wasn't ready for the way that you delivered it, which I think was so beautiful about the song. Like it is so melodic, and it is so like, but it's also so talkative, and it's got like these really like percussive elements to it in the vocals and in like the rapping parts that you do throughout the song. But then it also has that like sort of off the beat melody that comes in when the chorus comes in, that you're like, it's got that like sexy R&B feel to it, and I was
so
literally like,
glad-
I wish my camera was on, because I was back here like partying, and then like the one part happened at the end, and I was like, ah, like I just want to be on the dance floor, like with you up in the front singing that song.
I'm so glad that you, like, real quick, I'm so glad that you picked up on that, because honestly, this person's narrative is like their mind is racing, like, you know, it's causing such a racket and they can't concentrate. So I wanted the melodies to have like these little niche, cute identities aside from the chorus. And it wasn't just like, here's a whole verse. Like, it literally, there was partitions in it. And yeah, I hope to really hear it for real in the future if I ever.
Yeah, I can't wait for that song to be on repeat on my phone, because I'm like, it's gonna be in my head for the rest of time. That's it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I love the juxtaposition that you had too of that kind of, I feel like it did have like a kind of like sexy party vibe, but then that chorus was so important, and how many of us have felt that. Like, you come into your own at some point in your life and you remember how you felt prior to that, and it's just like, oh, why couldn't I have gotten here sooner? But I'm really glad that I'm here. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of empowerment was really great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think that's something, again, like the same thing as Christine's song. It's like something that is missing in, you know, when we talk about music right now. It's like we're not necessarily getting to that. We I don't know, there's like this certain stigma in songwriting where you have to get to a deep place, or you have to get to a dark place, or you have to get to like the root of your sadness or something like that, and then you can like blossom from it. And I feel like that's not necessarily always true. And sometimes we can be like playful, and we can be light, and we can like do, you know, we can put these things next to each other that don't necessarily feel like they're supposed to go together, and then find that they actually do end up fitting together. You know, I feel like Yari, your other song, kind of gives me that same exact vibe, where it's like you have all of these different elements that are coming to create this like beautiful flower. So speaking of beautiful flowers, I think I'm ready for the incredible JAKEYA to grace us with her song about what she didn't do yesterday, and I am so excited to hear it. So take it away, JAKEYA.
Yay! Okay. All right, here we go. This song is called Still Queer. I didn't do a few things yesterday, but I am still queer. Here we go. Can we hear the music? Washed all of the dishes in the sink. Saw a little cutie and gave a wink. Bought some beautiful flowers. Walked the dog for an hour. Then ate my favorite ice cream. Then I went for a bike ride down the lane. Threw some stones, made them skip on a lake. Had an orgy in the pool, cooked some Indian food, zip lined across the sky at the zoo. I woulda, shoulda, coulda, but none of these things I've done. Yesterday was here, and bitch, I did nothing. Nah. But I'm still queer. Crocheted a lovely sweater on the porch. Jumped on top, went back riding on a horse. I masturbated with my toy, made a meal out of soy, fucked around and made out with a dwarf. I woulda, shoulda, coulda, but none of these things I've done. Yesterday was here, and bitch, I did nothing. But I'm still queer. But I'm still queer. But I'm still queer. but I'm still queer. Yesterday I did none of these things, but I'm still queer. Oh, but I'm still queer. Yesterday was here, bitch. I did nothing, but I'm still queer. I'm still queer, bitches.
Yes, JAKEYA! Oh my God, I'm soaring right now. I am literally like, I feel like I just saw an opera, or I just saw like Sondheim performing who's gay? Elton John. I don't know. It was just like the perfect mix of like musical theater with your beautiful voice like floating on top, and then hilarious, and your timing is perfect, and the fact that you just deliver it with this just like beautiful smile on your face and not a care in the world, and bitch, I did nothing. I'm so in love. I'm so in love. Oh my gosh, can you please tell me where the inspiration where'd the inspiration come from?
So I was thinking about what things that I did not do yesterday, and I was like, all right, let's start with practical stuff. Like maybe I did wash the dishes, maybe I did ride a bike down the lane, but then I was like, I want to talk about some real ridiculous things, like making out with a dwarf and having an orgy in a pool. I didn't do any of that shit. So I wanted to do like a little mind play, with Miss Believable, but this is so outrageous. I don't think she's doing that. And I just had fun with it. It was fun. It was like I wanted something cutesy and pretty, kind of like Disney or like an overture to like a musical. And then the minor parts was playing in with the I'm still queer. Like, so you wouldn't think that it's just going to be major. So yeah, it was fun. My good friend Erica helped me with the chords. We literally did it in like half hour. It was so fun. And I was like,
I love it.
That's the best, when those songs just kind of like materialize out of nowhere. And I feel like you absolutely knocked it out of the park. It literally felt like a Disney song. It felt like I was sitting in the theater waiting for like Belle to come out and sing this song. But like also it was like Enchanted. It was like, the movie Enchanted with Amy Adams. It's like that. It had that like perfect, I don't know. I just had the idea that like Lady Gaga, when she gets in her like, sit down at the piano vibe, she would sing that song. Like that's the kind of like, she would just sit there and belt that out and be like, I'm gonna sing about how I didn't have an orgy yesterday, but I'm still queer even though I didn't. I think that's just so clever, and it was so, you just like, your voice is so beautiful. The first run, me and Yari were both like over here snapping our fingers, and then the second run, I just like wasn't expecting it, and I fell. I just fell completely on my face.
I love you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Jay. Oh, sorry.
Yes, those shades are perfect. Okay.
Well, can I just say real quick that when I heard your song, I magically got these on my face. That's how hot the song was. Like I literally could not stand it. I had to wear glasses.
The queerness just materialized.
Yeah, I had to like. But it made me this though. Like, oh my God, thank you, because I heard your song, I now have these sickening glasses.
Yeah, you are wearing them, okay?
It was amazing. I love you.
I loved your look. I was cracking up. Amazing. So funny. I mean, all of those little, like, I loved the the list of things as though you're saying, like, you don't know until you get to the chorus that it's going to be that switch. And it was just hilarious. It's like this laundry list of things that you did. And what an accomplishment. That's a huge day. And then to get to the chorus and flip it was just hilarious. It was really good.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. I had so much fun.
All right. Well, I also wrote a song for you all.
Let me do for me.
Okay, so for this show, I have had the incredible Prince Wywy on my songwriting team, and for the first episode, we actually also had our co-producer Barry Tyler Moore step in, but for this song, it was just myself and the lovely Prince Wywy. So, without further ado, here is Didn't Do Any of That. Opened all the mail and found the W-2. Filed all the taxes, paid the union dues. I saw my mom and dad, pet my dog, and hugged my friends. Swore I wouldn't swear ever again. Fuck. I didn't do any of that. 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 Slayed a scary dragon, but I almost bit the dust. Watch someone I didn't know spontaneously combust. Climbed a tree, went to the beach and turned into the sun. Ran around all day long, kissing everyone. I didn't do any of that. 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 No, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. Even though I didn't wash my hair or hydrate quite enough, I sure as hell didn't tell myself I'm not worthy of love. Didn't get on the internet, stalk my ex or pick a fight, but I also didn't lie and say everything's gonna be alright. I didn't do any of that, no, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. No, I didn't do any of that. Not me. I didn't do any of that. Whoopee! I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Oh yeah, so
That was
catchy.
I was
awesome.
just texting my friend said that you're amazing.
Oh, thank you, friend. Thank you.
I think that was one of my favorites of your originals. I loved it.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Yes, we literally had like the exact same thought process as JAKEYA going into this song. It was like, let's list all of the things that we didn't do yesterday, and the list was so weird, and like it kept getting to this like really like kind of scary place where we were like kind of getting sad, a little bit like talking a little bit too much about pandemic, a little bit too much about quarantine, and like the things that you like can't do rather than things that you didn't do. And so then we like kept having to reel it back in and be like, no, we want to be light, we want to be fun, we want to be airy, we want to like, we don't want to be deep, no, none of that stuff. And so I feel like there's several other songs that Wyatt and I now have to write out of what we created, because one of the original ideas was like, we were going to write a song about the things that we didn't like, that we wanted to say to someone that we couldn't say, like those kinds of things. And like, that has a completely different vibe to it, you know, than just like the, what fun, silly things did I not do yesterday? So I'm just like happy that we got a little bop out of it, you know?
Oh,
So good.
I personally like the fact where you go that you promised that you wouldn't curse. You promised your parents you wouldn't curse anymore. I love those things because like on paper it's also poetic, and like that's the beauty of like songwriting, because you get to appreciate it both in song form and then just like the way that you presented that flow and that story, and then hooks us on immediately towards the chorus, and the chorus is catchy AF, you know. And yeah, I didn't do any of that too, so I love it.
Yeah, that was a big driving force to this song, was wanting people to like be able to sing along by the end of it.
Absolutely. I saw everybody in the audience high off of edibles, just swaying. Almost, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the concert. I'm ready. Down. Let's plan it. Right.
Oh my
Yari.
God, that would be a dream come true, honestly. Okay, so we are going to take a very quick commercial break, which has never happened on our show before. And when we come back, the three of you better prepare because you're all going to sing again.
Yeah.
Surprise! All right, we'll see you all. Enjoy the commercials.
Mabuhay! My name is Yari, and you are watching Song of the Club. Hi! Hi! Mabuhay! My name is Yari, and you are watching Song of the Month Club here at Disney Channel. Bow, 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 bow.
I'm dying. What's time to ya? What's time to ya? Wow, 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 what's time to ya? Time to ya. Ooh, wow, wow, what's time to ya? What's time to you? Oh, what's time to you?
Ahoy there, digital traveler, and welcome to the hashtag Nightlife Digital Renaissance Fair.
I'm Christine Irizarry, and you're watching Song of the Month Club. Song of the Month.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So for those of you watching in our audience, what you just got to see was a commercial for a couple of shows that are happening for Philadelphia Theater Week, which is going on right now virtually. You can go over, you can search on Google for Philly Theater, Philadelphia Theater. You can go to theaterphiladelphia.com and you can see, I think it's dozens of original plays that are happening right now by Philadelphia artists. Two of the plays that we just showed you commercials for are some of our close friends. One of them is my bandmate Hannah Park. Her show is called Birth, Sparkle, Death, and it's going on right now. You can get a ticket at theaterphiladelphia.org. Excuse me, I said that wrong before. And the other show that you saw a preview for is the hashtag Nightlife Renaissance Festival, which is this Saturday on the Hummingbirds Theater Troupe Facebook page. So you can head over there. I know it's hard to spell, but if you're having trouble, it's down here at the bottom. It's scrolling across the screen. So don't worry about it. They'll spell it right there for you. And you can go ahead and get a ticket on Facebook. I believe that they are pay what you can for both shows. So you can get a ticket for $0 or infinity dollars, whichever one of those that you have, or anywhere in between, which is also what our show is, pay what you can as well. So if you have infinity dollars to give us, please send us that much money. We would love it. So I'm very, very excited because we're about to hear these incredible guests perform another song for all of y'all. But before we get down to the dirty, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of backstory behind our wonderful performers. So first up, we have Christine Irizarry. She writes lyrically driven music with revolutionary and sensual jazzy undertones. She draws inspiration from Sarah Bareilles and Nora Jones, but seeks a more vulnerable, gritty sensibility, which you can obviously tell from the first song. She is a singer-songwriter at heart and always strives to maintain an organic component to each track that gives the listener a live performance feel, even with somewhat theatrical production. Or a lot of theatrical production. Come on. Christine seeks to make her audience feel something. She writes from the heart using pieces of her story and the story of those around her to reach her listeners wherever they are. Truth and vulnerability are key. If her listeners feel less alone as the song fades out, she has done what she has intended to do. And I'm so excited to hear what Christine has to play for us. So let's hear it one more time for the incredible Christine Irizarry.
Hey. I'm going to give a tiny bit of backstory for this one. I wrote this song during quarantine, during the early days of quarantine when we really didn't even know what was going on. I had a friend who lived very far apart from her fiance at the time, and she and her fiance would write back and forth on Facebook messages to each other, and every time they would say another day closer, because we didn't really know how long it was going to be, but we did know that eventually it would be over, and every day meant another day closer to that end. So this song is called The Lines in the Ceiling. Every day draws to close. Every night counting the lines in the ceiling. One road that nobody chose. Memories fail to compete with the real thing. If I can dream, I will find. God should stay your now
Light a day nearer you, light a day over, light a day closer. And wishing is all that you do. Venting, existing with all of this hope. Never intended to leave. Dimmer without you around. Oh, what to do now? Home is you, so I'm home. Sick. What to do now? My home is you, so I'm home. Sick. Thanks, guys.
Christine, that was absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. I listened to that. You released that, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought so.
August, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, a while ago. And I have listened to it several times since you released it, and it's absolutely beautiful. And listening to you perform it live is just like you can literally feel the emotion, even though I'm like not in the room with you. It's like palpable through the screen. Like I can literally like, yeah, I don't know. And it's like it's good emotion too. You know, it's like the song is sort of melancholy, but it's like a good, it's that good like sweet spot, you know, it's that good like sweet feeling that you get when you hear a sad song.
It's on some Spotify playlists, and they all have to do with melancholy acoustic. All of them.
I mean, whatever works, right? You know, you gotta dive into your genre and just be happy with it. I feel that was absolutely beautiful.
I got this like cherub sense about it, almost as if you wrote it while holding a brand new baby. You know what I mean? Like, the baby is comforting you through whatever, you know, sadness or, you know, emotion. And it's just like, I still have my baby. And it's almost like this angel was like comforting you while you're writing it. I don't know. It's like light through gray. You know, you still see this light, this airiness, this white cloud, but it's gray. I don't know. It's amazing how you did it.
Thank you.
I absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gagged. I'm gagged, and that's a good thing for people who don't know. It's a good thing to be gagged. But
For people who don't know.
It's like like the song. You exude such an aura while playing piano, and folks, it is not easy to play an instrument and sing at the same time. I don't care if you're at home or you're on stage. I want people to know that, like, that is. But you delivered it perfectly. Like, I was just ready to. Can we end the show? I was so ready to just sleep because, like,
actually, it's funny that you say that, Miss Yari, because you're up next, my dear. So, without further ado, I would like to reintroduce the Dragon of the East, who has just released her new single, Use Him Back. Yari's musical style is a mix of different influences with focus on queer or queer adjacent culture, and their talent is so obvious every single time they're in your presence. So please give it up one more time for the Dragon of the East, the incredible Yari.
Thank you. I hope you like it. This song. The song is called. Well, you're gonna have to find out because I'm just about to sing it right now.
How do I love somebody when I can't even love my body? I wish someone could love me, 'cause I can't even fucking love me. 'Cause as life goes, I learn the pretty ones get younger. I'm pretty, and I just don't belong. Just don't belong. I tried to tell you with this song, so I'm singing this for you. Got me singing this for you, but you don't hear me. So I'm singing this for you. Got me singing this for you, but you don't hear me. Wish I could be happy, but the weight of it just feels so heavy. All I want is to be free from a past that never seems behind me. And I just feel so small. Society's walls are so tall. They don't see me. And I just don't belong. I'm tired of singing my song. So I'm singing this for you. Got me singing this for you, but you don't hear me. So I'm singing this for you. Got me singing this for you, but you don't hear me. I just feel so small. Society's walls are just so tall. I just feel so small. Society's walls are just so tall. And as life goes, I learn I'm pretty in ways that it hurts. And though I don't belong, for now I'll just sing you this song. So I'm singing this for you. Got me singing this for you, but you don't hear me. So I'm singing this for you. Got me singing this for you, but you don't hear me.
Yari. Oh my god. That was so freaking good.
Thank you. So, fun fact, Using Back and Dysphoria were both inspirations from emotions, that's raw emotions. Using Back came to me in a dream. Using Back, Dysphoria came to me under a really intense time and moment for me as just like a person, as like evaluating myself and the people that I care for. And there was just it was a lot that particular day, and it was born in a day. And I don't even know why this song is so why this song is like that. All I knew from that day was I was feeling so sad that I said that I need to listen to something whenever I feel this way again. And that's the only reason why I wrote it. And like I said, I love making music that it's just for the experience that I know. Oh my god, I can't even put it into words, but like for queer people, but like for those who really needs to hear it. And it's not just for obviously the trans and non-binary communities, but like to anybody who knows what the message is about, they'll get it.
Absolutely. I think that a lot of people can relate, even folks that are not in the queer community, I think can relate to the feeling of dysphoria, especially with the isolation that we've all been feeling, with the current events of the world. And it's really easy to convince yourself that, certain things are not right with the world, and it's just really tough to come to terms with that in a non-musical way, and so I feel very thankful that we are able to use the medium of music to let those feelings out and to let those feelings have a place to grow, and for us to be able to work through them and understand them and give that feeling of catharsis, because that's what that song is to me. It's and what you just described is that idea that I want to come home and I want to sing this song. You captured that moment that you were feeling and you put it into music, and that's beautiful.
That singing this, but you don't hear me. It's another one of those juxtaposition moments. I think you write these really poppy songs with a great backbeat, and so unless you're really listening for it, you might miss some of those lyrics. I think a lot of artists do that, but it's so important that you're still writing from the heart and writing things that are important to hear. I think that's awesome.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, mainly because you're right. I like layering things so that when you come back and hear it again, you'll find something different and hopefully explore the song in a different way. Thank you for picking up on that. It made me so emotional. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, you already know. Okay. Always been a fan, always will be. You're just a joy to watch. You were talking about some really powerful things, really vulnerable things, but I was just smiling at watching you. You're such a performer, you're such an entertainer. You give it all the time. There's never a moment. I don't care if you I'm over this. I don't even feel like being here. I don't even feel well. My head hurt. We'll never know. We'll never know. So your showmanship is always A1. And you really are writing music that touches a lot of people that are scared to say these things. You are the voice of those that don't have one or don't have the platform to speak up about their emotions, about their daily mental struggles, about not being seen and about not being heard. And you write these lyrics so prolifically and so beautifully that it's it becomes somebody else's story where they feel like they wrote it with you. And that's the music that a lot of people connect to. It's the relative energy that people can relate to and apply to their own thing in their own life and really become encouraged, wow, I'm not alone. There is somebody else out here like that. Michael Jackson's music did that for me, and amongst other artists, but just thinking about Michael Jackson in particularly. So thank you for that. Really good. I'm just waiting for my song. So whenever you write it, I'm here. I'm ready.
Oh, God.
Is there a list? Because can I get on it?
Yeah, I'm first up. Yeah, let me be at the top.
Well, is there any way you and I could just maybe collab?
I'm totally down with that. But I think,
or maybe Yari writes a song that you and I duet. I don't know.
Let's do it. Come on,
I feel like that's the best idea possible, right? Yeah. Okay. So speaking of the incredible. A trio. I didn't even write that. Where did that come from? Okay. Anyway, now that I've got your attention on the incredible Miss JAKEYA Limitless, let me tell you a little bit more about her. As an alternative soul indie artist, JAKEYA is pushing boundaries and enjoys the freedom in music and performance. JAKEYA is an entertainer, songwriter, and vocal coach. She has graced audiences from around the world, including the United States, several places in Europe, Italy, Spain, Germany, Switzerland, and Paris, and parts of the Caribbean. She's worked with the likes of Patti LaBelle, Idris Elba, Aloe Black, and Jasmine Sullivan. JAKEYA has released her first EP project titled Disco Ball, which is available on all social streaming sites and networks. JAKEYA's music is a celebration of life, and she wants to encourage others to be just the way they are. Perfect, whole, and complete. And now I'm going to leave so that the incredible JAKEYA can give us her gift. Please give it up one more time for JAKEYA Limitless.
Okay, this is one of my songs from Disco Ball. It is called Really Don't. And yeah, it was fun when I wrote it. It's fun when I perform it, and I hope you like it. Yeah, yeah. I don't care what you rapping about. Understand these bars that I'm laying. What I'm trying to convey to your ass. Let me speak plainly. Listen to what I'm trying to spit to you. I don't give a fuck about where you been, who you did, or what you done, where you're from. I really don't care. No, I don't care. No. You know, I can keep thinking, worrying about your opinion and reasons. About who I am, how I talk, and how I make my decisions. I'm a grown ass woman, handpicked and chosen. Fuck what you know and keep it 100. Talking about, you know what this thing's about. Running off at the mouth. Talking about big dreams while you're running a real scheme. You had me for a minute, I was in it. Had me going, I was with it. But now I had to leave your ass so I can win it. Your head, I'ma spin it. What you gonna do, you know I got it now. No, I don't care. No, I don't care. No. Woo! Hey. I don't care. Go ahead, dance. I don't care. No, I don't care. Oh no, 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 no. Ooh, I try and try to say what's on my mind. All of your lies, you're the devil in disguise. Now I sit inside as time passes by. Now I'm on my way to stardom and fame without you. Let me see y'all bounce, bounce, bounce. Come on, dance, y'all. Hey, 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 hey. You know, I really don't care. I don't care. No, 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 no. Hey. Woo, woo, woo. Ooh. Ooh. I don't care. No, no, no. Oh, oh. Hey. Oh, 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 oh. I don't care. No, no. Go ahead, clap your hands, y'all, wherever you at. Hey, come on. Clap your hands like this. I said, come on, clap your hands like this. Move your body. Shake it, move your body. Y'all, the song of the month show. The song of the month show. Ow! You know I really don't care. Woo! Hey, you know I really don't care. Thank you.
Yes, JAKEYA. Oh my gosh. You are a flipping legend. Like it's insane.
Thank you. Thank
Oh
you
my
so
gosh.
much about Yari.
Wait, hold on. I mean, no, keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay, in the meantime, JAKEYA. The EP is full of songs that are just make you want to get on your feet or make you want to like literally drive with the top down and go for 100 miles until there's nobody else around you and you're just immersed in the music. And like that is just like the vibe I get from every one of your songs, and I love it. Like you are just so fun. You just exude positivity. And, oh my God.
How many glasses are you gonna give me? Like, I appreciate them, but could you give me a warning first? Because this time I can't see shit. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to keep PG. That was
We've been cutting the whole show. It's okay.
that was just
Just give me a pair, okay? They are sweet. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
I wow, Yari just stole the thunder right out from under me there. But I do. It's so, I mean, like I feel like this is exactly the vibe that your music has, is just like that playful energy, that just like thing that makes you want to get up and feel the music, and just like literally, like I was over here, I'm alone like in my room right now and I'm clapping along and I feel like I'm out like at your concert, and it's just it's such a great vibe. It's such a good energy to be able to give to people, and I applaud you for that. It's seriously incredible.
Thank you so much. I love you.
I love how much fun you have singing too. It's really fun to watch. You can tell you're enjoying yourself.
Thank you. I was enjoying myself, trying not to sing so much for my mask because for some reason I'm congested. I guess because I was outside, and I'm like, this note is not going to come out. Just keep on smiling. That was the fun.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that whole performance got me gagging. For those who don't know, I've been a total JAKEYA stan from the first day that you've shown me your glory and blessed the streets of Philadelphia. I will always forever wonder why you decided to choose this city, but we are never gonna complain because oh my God, thank you for blessing us, and real talk, thank you for just being one of the most, like, you're my absolute role model as a musician. You're not only sickeningly talented, you've not only like legit toured the whole world and went around and then some, but you're also very real. You're I feel like that's part of like why I know you're gonna be sensational in the star that you are, because you're always so real with your everything, with like the way that you even like sing your songs is also reflective of that, because you always sing it with the realest intent. And I would literally have chills on my arms because I feel what you're giving me, and I'm like, if I could do that, then I can retire being a drag queen at 13th and Samson. But it's just oh, I love you.
I love my Yari. Thank you guys so very much. This was great. I wrote this song about, the people that took advantage of me, the people that made big promises to me in the music industry and wanted to be the executive producer of my albums and put forth money but didn't have the context or the work ethic. And they really looked at me like, you can't do shit without me. And I was basically like, I really don't care what you say, where you been, who you done. I know what's meant for me. I know what I'm purposed to do, and I'm going to do it without you. I'm going to do it right in front of your face. And that's why I said I had to leave, your head. I'm going to spin it, because you're going to be like, what? She's at the Grammys? What? She's at the Oscars? Because I already know that I'm limitless without people investing their money and time. It's all about me investing and putting my time into my dream, my gift, my career. So yeah, I wrote that song for anybody that just had their time wasted with bull crap people that have been talking crap to you and making big promises. Make sure you put your mind to doing what you know you're supposed to do without any help. Don't hold nobody accountable for slacking, or don't hold them accountable for making your dreams come true. It's all about you. All about you.
Preach.
It's all about
100% agree. And I love the message behind your song. I love the message behind your entire brand and the fact that you live this limitless life and this idea that the limit does not exist. And, you know, it's just like it, you know, if Lindsay Lohan is allowed to feel that way, then I think we're all allowed to feel that way. Okay. Yeah. And so I want to thank you all once again for coming on our show. We are coming to the very end here. So one more time, I just wanted to let our audience know where they can find all of us. We have the incredible Christine Irizarry. You can find her at christineirizarrymusic on Instagram. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're also on most streaming platforms as Christine Irizarry. If you can't figure out how to spell it, just look at this YouTube video. It's been up there pretty much the entire time. And then we also have, once again, give it up for the incredible Yari down there paying attention to her phone. I love her so much.
Irizarry.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yari giving an example of exactly what we want people to do with the show is to find some new artists, to find some new friends, to support each other. Thank you. Thank you. And so please, Christine, you know, feel free to follow Yari back at yaridrag on Instagram. And I believe it's Yari on all streaming platforms. Is that correct?
I don't know if y'all could find me though, because I'm relatively new. I only have 2 release singles. But if you can, then you know what? Congratulations.
Do you have a link on your Instagram?
Is it linked? That's a good question.
Oh yeah, so you are absolutely right. On my Instagram, there is a link to all of this.
Perfect.
Stuff.
So Yari's Instagram again is yaridrag, YARIDRAG. You can follow them. Or yes, you can search Yari, use him back, and you'll find Yari on YouTube and Spotify, all those different places. You can also find JAKEYA. Let's give it up one more time for our incredible JAKEYA. You can find her on Instagram at JAKEYA Limitless. Just spell her name just like it's spelled right there, and with the word limitless afterwards, all one word. And she's also on most streaming platforms as JAKEYA, just the one name, because as we all know, icons have one name. Madonna, Cher, Prince,
Yari.
Yes. Yari, exactly. I'm going to change my name to Jeremy after this show.
No, we love you, Christine.
I'm going to keep my 2 names. Thank you.
There's too many Christines. I can't do it.
That is a fair point.
That is very, very true. Oh man, well, tonight has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you all so much for your willingness to participate in this show, for your incredible songs that you brought to the table, and for being some of the most interesting people that I know. I hope to see you in the very near future, all of you, because you're wonderful people and I love you all very much. And hopefully we'll be able to have you back on the show again in the future if you had a good time. Thank you all. Have a great night. See you all in episode 3. And you can find us on most social media everywhere at Song of the Month Club. We'll see you next time, everyone.
See ya.
Bring the bass, bring the bass, bring the bass, bring the bass. And the home, give me talk.